Ms. Peña, it's not a question, just say thank you to you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Tony and Shaz already made the speech, and whatever they said, I 100% agree with that. But one thing I would like to mention is that you always say, I am very ruthless and I'm very strong and I don't believe in humanity. But I found you are the most kind person on this planet.
Thank you. But you're right.
You just say it.
I don't like those kind of accolades.
Yeah, you just say it, but actually inside, you are a very kind person. And I'm very grateful that all this week we stayed here in UN Cell.
Thank you.
Actually looked us like a family. One thing I would like to take your permission, basically me and Shaz, one of the projects we're doing, we're building 49 houses, brand new one. They are not the type we were discussing it before. They are really nice
He doesn't want to say the word.
And they are actually in the village, and it's a beautiful village. And with your permission, I've spoken to Shaz earlier on. If we can name that one, Peña Street.
Thank you very much. And in return, I'd like to go there. Not dedicate. I don't know the right word, but I'd like to go there and be part of the naming process, and that's great. And I'm very appreciative. And I do appreciate you guys that go out and do good shit. I do, And even though when I was younger, I make sure I distanced myself because I don't want to be a pretend goody two shoes. And almost all the money we give is not under the table, illegal, but not in our name, etc. I've become more or less connected with St. Teresa several years ago. I said, I put my money on the bitch when she was just Mother Teresa. I'd like to take that back, but that's what I said, so I'm sure that will come up in the election, okay? But she was the fastest saint in the last several hundred years in the Catholic Church to be, in less than 20 years, she became a saint. The nuns of the St. Teresa organization know that she was a less than kind person if you weren't on board with her. And she treated people arguably like shit, which is more or less my MO, okay? And they said she was the fastest saint ever to be, anointed or whatever the right word is. And they say, Mr. Peña, you're on a rocket ship to they don't say that. You're on a rocket ship to heaven. You're going to be a saint sooner than St. Teresa. Well, that's a big stretch. It's coming from holy people like the Cardinal. So I'm not going to argue with them. But from their lips to somebody's ears. So I know I do a lot of good stuff that I don't get publicity for. I would have rather gotten publicity for the finest financial engineering transaction in the 80s. I didn't get anything. So I'm switching from helping you guys, I'm not leaving you astray, to politics because I know I can do a lot of good. Because I'm not afraid of criticism. I'm not afraid. I don't need anybody's money. For a lot of different reasons. God willing, I'm going to do like Trump did, but better. And I'm not going to stick my foot in my fucking mouth as much as Donald did. Again, forgive me, Donald, because I know you. But I have a gift, and I know it. But thank you very much. But when I see guys like you, Abdul, and even though I labeled you with the moniker Bin Laden, affectionately, not in a bad way, I've helped a lot of people. I know that. I'm sitting across Denzel Jr. here, but he and I know what he was 7-8 years ago, whenever it was, and now he looks like a fucking Denzel Washington. And I get off on that. And I have thousands and thousands and thousands of people tens of thousands, arguably millions that I've helped. But I want, with all those accolades, I want you guys to go out. Because you're only as good as your last prize fight. You're only as good as your last win. And even though I have wins that from, 2021, but 2022 is upon us, and I want you to go out and win. And Sally will tell you, I get off on it. I mean, I just do. And and I'm not financially connected. I made the price for entry, the skin in the game that you paid, for some of you high. I don't think it's so high, but for some of you high. And but again, remember, I used to do this for free. That model didn't fucking work. I thought I had a lot of money. I'm gonna be beneficent, like fucking. I don't know what I thought, but it just didn't work. My results were abysmal. My results were better than industry averages, but they were abysmal. I mean, and nobody else talks about the money created of any of the gurus for a reason. Because they haven't. Now you've heard, let's see, 300, 600, at least $1 billion, no, more than $1 billion created by just the guys that you listen to. More than that. Just, you know, and I just hope and pray, guys, if you listen to this, that you don't dry up on me in the next few years, and meaning that they refuse to talk about it. But Peter has a whole other following. And these other guys and the few gals have their own followings because, you know, a lot of people can relate to Peter and talk to Peter, although he doesn't talk to that many people, and people that I've trained easier than me. Of course, I don't promote. I don't want to talk to you. I don't answer your phone call. I don't answer your email. But we get a lot of traffic considering I never answer anybody. And invariably, the first blush of them trying to contact me is, I hope Mr. Peña reads this. I do read it. It's just I don't answer it. But thank you very much. I appreciate it very greatly. And I'm going to come down and see you guys. And not unannounced. In companies I used to own, I'd come unannounced. Or I'd come 3 days early to see. But I'm not going to walk into your cash and carry without. I'll come down on a 50% sale day, you know, and I'll load up my shopping bag. But I appreciate that very much. And I see, even though we have different ethnicities out here, I don't see color. I've never seen color, you know, other than your Elvis Presley hairdo, you know. But I don't see color, you know.